the ancient. I was seeking for the spiritual refuge, wandering along the roads of the world, blinded by the man-made flashing lights. Suddenly an elder man appeared before mine eyes. He was not of the world. He came out of the clouds, descended to the earth, and embodiment of ancient wisdom. His glance was kind, his face was like a full moon that shines through the darkness with serenity. It penetrated my heart of hearts. This old man spoke to me sacred words. Fear not of being with the others. Beware of pride and arrogance. Beware of spiritual discrepancies. Do listen to the voice that echoes within your inner self. The Almighty will guide you on the straight path and will always be by your side. The man retreated, and his voice faded away, and I began to cry. My bitter tears were as sweet as the honey of paradise. Переводчик мне перевел просто старик название, пожилой человек. Я искал духовного прибежища, блуждая по дорогам мира, ослепленный искусственными мигающими огнями. Внезапно появился пожилой мужчина перед моими глазами. Он был не из этого мира, он вышел из облаков, спустился на землю. Воплощение древней мудрости, его взгляд был добрым. Его лицо было как полная луна, которая светит сквозь тьму с безмятежностью. Он пронзил мою душу. Этот пожилой человек говорил мне священные слова. Не бойся быть с другими, остерегайся гордыни и высокомерия, остерегайся духовных расхождений, прислушайся к голосу, который отдается эхом внутри твоего внутреннего «я». Всемогущий направит тебя на прямом пути и всегда будет рядом с тобой. Мужчина ушел, и его голос исчез, и я начал плакать, но мои горькие слезы были такими сладкими, как райский мед. Следующее стихотворение на английском. On the path. O girls and youths, listen to the elder ones. Learn from them about life and human history. Their souls are imbued with wisdom and legacy. They will lead you to the path of spirituality. So hold their hands and treat them with empathy. What you sow, so shall you reap. And the season changes. На пути. О, девушки и юноши, слушайте... Так, извините. О, девушки и юноши, слушайте старших людей. Узнавайте от них о жизни и человеческой истории. Их души наполнены мудростью и преемственностью. Они будут вести вас по пути духовности. Держите их за руки и относитесь к ним с сочувствием. Что посеете, то пожнете. И времена меняются. Спасибо. Так, и вот несколько стихотворений, которые еще не переведены на английский язык. Они только на русском есть. Хорошо. Кое-какие уже опубликованные есть, но не все. Грустная. Грусть в небесах, дождь, омут ночных глаз, слезы и грусть в ночь, тает поток фраз, ночью без сна, дом, свет в темноту, пал, в небе ночном гром, молнии срок мал. I have 4 or 5 groups of students, and each group has, I think the smallest group has about 7 students, the smallest one, really small group, and there is a biggest group has, I think, about 20 something, 25, 26 students. However, that's a very good question. When I was teaching the group, it happens to each group. Some students go away and others come again and things like that, so it always changes. The number of students actually changes every semester, I think.
Can I tell you can I ask you the question about your way of making the poems?
Yes.
How do you choose the poems? Do you like them and then translate, or are they just yours?
Yeah.
What's the way?
I choose well. I tend to translate authors who are not very well known. However, I translated classical poetry too, of course, very famous. And I translated Pushkin and Lermontov and things like that. It's okay. It's okay for me. I did it. I was doing it. But right now, I tend to translate less famous poets who have never been translated into English before to present them to the English-speaking public. And this is more beneficial to me. And I find it more beneficial. I myself.
Who inspires you to create your poems?
Who inspired? Yeah. Well, it's probably not who, it's probably what. What inspires me? I find my inspiration whenever possible, whenever and wherever possible. Anything can inspire me. A flower in the spring can inspire me to write a poem. My inner my inner state, my state of mind can inspire me to write a poem. Anything can inspire me. You just have to, in order to find inspiration, you have to be more introspective, if you know the word, introspective, to look at things. To look at everything. You know, that's a kind of hard thing. The introspective so means that you look at the world attentively. The clouds, the trees, the houses, nature. You look at it with specific attention. This means introspective in English. Now, to look at the world with specific attention to details, which can seem to be unimportant. However, they inspire a creative person for something, to create something really important and something worth of attention.
And do you consider that poetry and translation of poems helps to improve, to master English at a proper level, to improve pronunciation, intonation?
Oh man. It's a good thing to master your skills. I mean translation skills. Yes, of course. Skills in actual translation.
Yes.
Well, if you do it for improving your English, I don't know. In order to be a translator, you have to have a level. If you don't have a level, don't do that. Boost your level, and then do the translation.
Okay, I couldn't agree more with your point of view.
If I like to go abroad, what country do you recommend to practice English?
Country recommend? Don't know actually. Well, it's hard to say. It depends on your own preferences. You can choose. You can actually choose any English-speaking country, and then you will choose according to your own preferences. I don't know what you like most. For example, India is an English-speaking country. India is definitely an English-speaking country. Pakistan is an English-speaking country. However, they are Asian countries. If you are more inclined to European, like culture and things like that, you can try the West. And if you're more inclined to the Occidental, the Eastern parts of the world, well, you can. Well, it's very individual. It's very, very individual. So choose what you actually want. Because some people like Indian culture. They're obsessed with Indian culture. And India is a good way, living in India is a good way to master your English too. Many people go to India for cultural things. Because it has very specific culture. And for English, well, it depends on what you actually want from this enterprise. Yeah.
And again, with this connection, I would like to ask you the question about, well, the name of our meeting is For the Sake of the Olden Days.
Yes.
Is it, what do you think, is it important for the person to know the history? And history of what country is more interesting for you, for example? What can you say our young people about history?
Well, all types of history, like any country, is interesting. Well, I can say that something is more interesting, other is less interesting. Well, I can say that the history is studying history is very beneficial. It doesn't matter. So if again, it's your own choice. Again, if you like if you're more inclined to north, west, or east, or south, whatever, you can find interesting things in any part of the world. Any part of the world. It depends on your own
preference. Is it important to know the history?
Yes, of course. Of course, it's important because if you don't know the past, you won't be able to find yourself in the present. That's the main thing, I think.
And what part of history do you like more?
I like what history do I like more? Probably the Middle Ages. Probably, yes, probably the Middle Ages. Or
Why Middle Ages?
I don't know. Probably because the Middle Ages were the period when traditional societies were developing. And right now, as for me, I tend to respect traditional values. Because earlier, when I was younger, I was totally a supporter of modern values. But now I became a supporter of traditional values rather than modern ones. So probably the Middle Ages, because the traditional values were formed during this time. And the ancient history too, and the Middle Ages, so this period of time. So was the traditional values, traditional civilizations, if you want, in a global sense.
And who is your favorite British or American poet? Who is perhaps a little bit idol for you, or from modern ones, or from the poets of the 17th or 16th centuries?
Oh, I don't have idols, you know.
Yes, idols is another thing.
I don't have idols, but
yeah.
well, I like probably Elizabeth Bishop.
Okay.
I like Elizabeth Bishop and Blake and Keats, one of the poets of the past, and probably Roger McGowan is great. It's from modern author. Roger McGowan and Sujata Bhatt, also good. The Indian poet Sujata Bhatt, who writes in English and in Gujarati. She writes in Gujarati and English. So Sujata Bhatt, Roger McGowan. That's all the modern authors. So, anything else we're going to talk about? Friends, yes.
Why you decided to write poems?
Okay, well, that was in the childhood. It's simply, I don't know, something inspired me to do that. It's not that I decided to do that. Just because I was like, kind of something prompted me to do that. Something made a push. I don't know why. Because of the push. It's always a push to do that. Things like that. Write or do any other creative activity.
Larissa has told us that you have some foreign students.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about them? What
Yes.
do they like in our country, or maybe they don't like?
I don't really know what they like because I don't work with them. We're just friends. I don't work with foreign students. So my colleagues do work with foreign students, but I don't. I study French also. I speak English and I also study French. And I speak French to the Guinean students from Guinea in Africa. And we had a conversation with my Guinean friend. His name is Mukhtar. Sounds like Mukhtar in Russian. And I told him that, Mukhtar, in Russia, Mukhtar is a very common name of dogs.
Yes.
Dogs, like this. And so we laughed. That's what, because of Mukhtar. Mukhtar is actually a name of, it's a human name, actually, because we had in Kazakhstan, we had a poet, Mukhtar Awezov, if you ever heard of him, a Kazakh poet. He was Mukhtar. And this guy was Mukhtar with a C, Mukhtar, and he was from Guinea. And actually, but I don't know why Mukhtar is the name of dogs, because it's a human name originally.
We have a lot of cats who have named Vasya, Peter here in Russia.
Yes, why? Okay.
We also give human names to our pets.
Yeah, human names. I had a cat. She died long ago. I had a cat, her name was Betsy. And in America, Betsy is a name for cows. It's a cow name in America. So Betsy is the name of cows, not of cats. But my cat was called Betsy. And my mom gave her this name. Yes. So, other questions?
Your friends, your foreign friends,
Yes.
how do they find here in Russia? Is it cold for them now or not?
Who do you mean foreign friends?
You.
Like from Africa? Of course they're freezing. They're freezing. And Larissa knows we had a meeting with an African. He was freezing here in December 2019, I think. It was freezing here. It was nearly like swearing. When we were walking down the street, he was saying, it's cold. Something. Saying bad words about this. Yes.
How do you learn English? Did you live in other country?
No.
Or you
No.
study English in
No, I didn't travel to English-speaking countries. Yeah, I did travel abroad, but not to the English-speaking countries. And, I have friends from other countries.
which country?
We communicate nearly every day. So that's how we do that. We actually we do communicate, we do things like that. The writing, calling, yeah.
From which countries they are?
Which countries are they from? Yeah, America, Bangladesh, Nigeria, many countries, Britain, African countries. Nigeria is an African country. Jerry is from Nigeria. We're not communicating at the moment. Rwanda. I had a best friend who was from Rwanda in Africa. Yeah. And then having an African friend is especially beneficial because they don't speak only English. They also speak their vernacular, their local languages. They also know like French, which is not a local language for them. They speak French, they speak English, they speak their native like local languages like Kinyarwanda or Hausa in Nigeria, or language of Hausa in Nigeria. Nigeria has a lot of local languages, such as Hausa, Igbo, and things like that. So it's good to learn from them too. Good to learn from them about their local languages too. And the last question, please.
Have you got any questions?
No questions.